toxic masculinity.
Police officer fired for not referring... Sorry. Valeria's better at this than I. Police officer fired for referring to Black Lives Matter as terrorists. Yes, so a police officer was fired just for referring to Black Lives Matter as terrorists. And here's why I find that annoying. They are terrorists. They're totally terrorists. Sorry. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. Okay. So, police officer fired after 20 years of service. She's been on the force for 20 years because she wrote on some social media site that Black Lives Matter are terrorists and she's afraid of these people. A beloved New Jersey police officer has been fired after 2 decades on the job for calling Black Lives Matter terrorists in a post on social media. Officer Sarah Irwin, a Hopewell Township police officer, was fired on Friday after an investigation by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office and the police office. Oh, she called Black Lives Matter terrorists? We better open an investigation. How weak are cops now that they have to fire police officers for saying words they don't like? I mean, I could tell, like, it makes sense if she was, like, saying the N-word a bunch and saying, like, she hates black people and she wants to lynch them all or something like that. I can understand that because that indicates that you have a bias and you're not going to police in a just manner, and you could potentially put people in danger because of those biases. In the same way, I do think that police officers who talk about how much they hate white people, they should also be fired. Are those cases ever investigated? Does that ever happen? I'm sure it happens. Are they ever investigated? Oh, I highly doubt. I've never heard of that being investigated. But does it happen sometimes? I'm sure it happens. I'm sure some black police officers say how much they hate white people, and they're never investigated. But somebody says that Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, which it is, and she gets fired. Let's have a look here. A second officer, Sergeant Mandy Gray, was also demoted and suspended for 6 months after replying to a comment on the Post, according to a report by NJ.com. She has also been with the force for more than 20 years. The Post reads as follows. Last night, I left for work. Please ignore the fat person. I don't know what that is. Okay. Last night, I left for work. Okay, so let me try this again. Last night, as I left for work, I had my 2 kids crying for me not to go to work. I don't think I've ever felt the way I did last night. And then I watched people I know and others I care about going into harm's way. I love my police family like my own. So when you share posts and things on Facebook, I'd really appreciate it if you think before doing so. I've had so many Black Lives Matter hashtags in these posts. Just to let you know, they are terrorists. They hate me. They hate my uniform. They don't care if I die. I disagree with this woman. I think they do care if you die. I think they want you to die. I think it's worse than she's even saying. I think they want her to die because she's a police officer. So yeah, I mean, I support these women. I would recommend they go to, what is it, North Dakota, South Dakota? Where's that woman? Where's Kristi Noem? Kristi, Noem? I don't know how to spell her name. Let's see here. She is the governor of South Dakota. I'm not from the Dakotas. I can't keep them straight. So I think Kristi Noem put out this remark the other day, expressed this idea. If you've been fired or you've been, you've had some kind of an issue in the police force, come to South Dakota. Maybe she was talking about these ladies. I don't know what she was. I just vaguely heard it in passing, so shouldn't be reporting on that really. The lawyer representing the 2 officers said that they are exemplary and decorated officers with absolutely no disciplinary history, and blasted their punishments as disgraceful and cowardice. I agree. Look, this is horrible. Come on, Gateway Pundit, get better. This is disgusting. Disgusting image, awesome image. Look at the contrast there. All right, let's see here. Gray was the first female officer hired in Hopewell Township, and she was the first sergeant when promoted in 2019, a rank she will lose in the demotion. Crivelli said the discipline results, I guess Crivelli is the name of the lawyer, result is dumbfounding, as neither officer has any prior internal affairs complaints. This is the first such investigation for either. Both women are appealing with the Superior Court. Don't appeal. Just leave. This article was written by Cassandra Fairbanks, who we all know and love from the Twitter. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's happening in our world, ladies and gentlemen. If you work for the police department, you're not allowed to say Black Lives Matter activists are terrorists, even though they are. Why? Why can't we express that belief? I think it's true. I think it's true. I think lots of people think it's true. You know, it's funny. There is this argument. Well, I'll get into that with the next story. What is the next story? That's a great question. I know you guys are asking. What could it be? What could it be? Well, I already mentioned at the beginning of the show, so you know what it is. Facebook maintains Trump ban. Okay, so we all saw this coming, didn't we? Facebook has decided that they're going to uphold this Trump ban that they put in place a while back. And they've sort of what do you call it? Delegated their dark work to an oversight board. And I've been thinking about doing a video on the oversight board, like talking about the oversight board. I might do that. But you know what? Maybe let's just do it here, shall we? So let's have a look at this. Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.